All right, everybody, welcome back to the post game show to get you in the know. I'm Ethan Myers with the know. Um, Another post game show, another Saints loss. Feels like a theme here, but that's the Saints offense, defense, everything in a nutshell lately. I, I don't quite get why it feels like changes are imminent, but they're not going to come. It doesn't feel like we'll do anything about the situation until after the season. And that just kind of feels like my first immediate reaction based on what we've seen, what we've heard, and what we've done about the current state of the Saints. Just hasn't been good. Um, Outside of those first two games, the second two felt like we could have won those, but that's when we started becoming the almost Saints and, gave away games we should have won. And now we're in the position that we're in because of it. So, the biggest takeaway that I have is you let the Chargers, who just not very good on offense right now, don't have a whole lot of weapons. You let them score 26 points on you, and it's not like you turned the ball over a whole bunch and gave them, short field situations or anything like that. The Saints, for the whole game, had one turnover, and it was at the end there that got a penalty that reversed it. So, it's not like the Saints did anything that was a huge net negative. They got a safety on a punt that went south for the Chargers. And out of the 8 points that we have, two of them came on a safety, and the other six came on special team kicks, field goals. So, Saints offense is struggling. I don't quite know at this point if it's even worth fixing, or should we just see what happens for the rest of the season and let Derek Carr get healthy and try again next year or what. But um, the biggest frustration for me is just the almost Saints. Pete Werner almost had the interception. We almost had Justin Herbert in the end zone for another safety. We almost had a lot of things. We almost were 4-0. We almost did this. At this point, I think calling as the Aints wouldn't even, be accurate purely because, you know, we ain't doing nothing. We're the almost Saints, and it's a bad spot to be in for Saints fans because the start of the season looked like we had a lot of hope, and now I'm hoping the season won't get worse at this point. But um, quick tidbit, coming out of the immediate reaction, Kendra Miller might just want to hang it up because. I get excited for this guy week after week whenever he does play and he does show up, and then it's the same result. I can't remember who tweeted. I think it might have been Saints were so worried about Tajay not having an ACL that we kind of didn't think about Kendra even having a hamstring. So that's the almost Saints. We almost had a good running back. So it's frustrating to watch week after week. We're going to try and keep this short and sweet here because the Pelicans are playing. If you're a Pelicans fan, go check it out. Tune in with us. There we have our Pelicans pod, State of the Pels. So the other thing is you have to go into this week questioning. Did Hayner look better than Radler? I think at points he did. A little more under control, which is what you can expect. But here's the thing: at this point, are we trying to win football games? Do we care? The Falcons are 4-0 in the division. You're fighting for a wild card spot at this point in the NFC South or the NFC. So do you just let Radler rock it out and see if he can put some stuff together and see what you got? Because I think that you have a serviceable backup and Jay Kaner. I don't know if he's an otherworldly talent that's going to lead you to a Super Bowl, but you have a serviceable backup for many many years to come. What do you have in Spencer Radler? I don't I don't think you know the answer to that question yet. So despite Radler probably looking a little worse, not probably, he did look worse than Hayner after 2 weeks. But do you make the change? Do you do that now when the point is kind of mute? You probably should have pulled Radler at halftime because the way the offense has looked under him has just not been great. But you didn't, so a little too late, kind of thing. So I think that's going to be the big question for this whole entire week is if Hayner is better, do you play him? Is it worth it? or do you just, again, let rather see what he has? So the other big thing that they pointed out during the broadcast is this is the longest losing streak the Saints have had, 6 in a row since pre 2005. So we have not had a losing streak like this until Jim Haslett left, and the Saints got Drew Brees and Sean Payton. So you got to go back all the way to 2005, almost 2 decades before that happened again. So pretty crazy to think about. Um, and that's something to be said about like what's going on, because even in the years that Sean Payton had those 7 and 9 seasons, it still didn't look this bad sometimes. But it took quite a while for people to even consider saying fire Sean Payton, and I didn't even think it was very loud when they were saying that. So um, yeah, I don't really know what to say about Dennis Allen. I don't really know what to say about the Saints and the current state of them. It's been a rough watch the past couple of weeks, and um, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't think they're going to make any changes right now, despite what people want. So we're just going to have to watch what we got and be happy. And Jay Tinston over on Instagram. Honestly, no, they're not trying to win nothing anymore, but to fire the head coach and build around rather for the draft. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel as far as that goes. Like, if Hainer is better, what's the point? You're not going to make it to the playoffs. You're not going to do anything else other than what you're doing right now. So, maybe just let the rookies stay in there and see what they got going on. But the biggest question that I would have for folks going into the week, are you still looking past results? Because Mickey Loomis said, good organizations look past results, and at what point do results matter, right? Because right now the result is a head coach with a losing record, a second dose of what we saw in Oakland, um, and just a whole lot of the same things happening over and over again, and just nothing really coming from it, right? Like nothing changing. We haven't had a Super Bowl or championship since 2010. This is the longest losing streak we've had since 2005. There's just so many things going on that, to me, point to the fact that you have to worry about results, right? You're no longer in the results don't matter phase of whatever you're trying to justify here. So um, I don't get that mentality. Results are important. It's the entire purpose of the NFL. You make more money when you win more games, and right now you're not winning games. You're losing 6 in a row. So the other big thing before we kind of scoot out of here, like I said, we're going to keep it short and sweet because the Pelicans are playing, and we want to make sure people get to that. Is I'm a little worried about Clint Kubiak. I understand you have a rookie, but it looks like Dennis Allen's calling the plays out there. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why. We're seeing. I understand you have a rookie, but this is your time to see what your rookie has. This is your time to get him out of his shell. And the offense just looks basic. It looks very, very, very basic. And again, I get it. You have a rookie, but it just doesn't make sense to keep it so basic 2 weeks in a row. They said this dude's been practicing with the twos and getting some run with the runs to keep him ready. It was just like, quarterback backup type situation. And here we are, he's got his third start in 11 days or something like that. And you're still running the same plain offense for him. If he's not learning, then you have to make a change. You have to just face that. And maybe this isn't his year to start. Maybe this isn't year to play. It just doesn't look great from a fan perspective. But Jay Tinston over on Instagram again, if you're head coach and you were under 500 almost every season, the organization will look like, here's your walking papers because you're not giving us what we need to be in. Yeah. I mean, shoot, if you're not even giving us something to be competitive in division, that's bad. The NFC South, was bad for a couple of weeks or a couple of years, and we still weren't winning it. So it's getting better. Looks like the Falcons found their quarterback. Looks like the Panthers are going into another season of rebuilding. The Falcons found their guy. The jury will be out if it's the Derek Carr is our guy. Time will tell with that, especially with him being injured this year and coming back to a situation where if he even has a chance at the playoff, he's going to be scratching and crawling the whole way. But other than that, NFC South, like I said earlier, We did see the Falcons beat the Buccaneers. Falcons are looking like the favorites to win the NFC South so far, 31-26 in that game, and the Panthers lost to the Broncos 28-7. So, like I said, if we're holding on to hope, you could win out. But when you lose 6 games in a row, I think it would take something emotional like firing a head coach or making a big change and a big splash in order for people to get hope back. And right now, that's certainly missing. As far as bets go, none of mine hit. Not afraid to say that. That's sometimes how the week goes. I did not see the rookie having his 2 touchdowns. That'd have been great if you took that, but I did not see him having none. That was pretty crazy. Or 2, I'm sorry, but he cooked. He was good. He took the ball away. He was aggressive. And he's a smaller guy too, right? So for him to take the ball out of our guys' on top of their heads pretty much is pretty embarrassing for our guys. I hope they go back and watch that film and realize how poorly that looks. So other than that, like I said, this has been the post game show to get you in the know. Make sure you check us out everywhere at Be in the Know. We are on YouTube as the Know. Come check us out. Say hi. Drop a comment. Check out our Saints podcast. That's Saints Pod. Pelicans are playing. Go check out our State of the Pels podcast, www.theknow.com, to check out everything. And like I said, we're on all socials at Be in the Know. So if you're listening to this somewhere else and you're not already following us, drop us a follow. It's appreciated. And we always try to engage and interact with folks. Before we hop off right here, Jay over on Instagram again. The NFC South is not competitive every year. It's the worst conference. Yeah, I agree. Let Rattler lock in, but I want to see open the playbook. That's the biggest thing. I don't want Rattler to sit there with an elementary playbook. Give him the college playbook, give him whatever he needs to succeed. Mix it up, have fun, because right now it's not fun. So, but again, this has been Ethan Myers with The Know. Check us out everywhere at Be in the Know, www.theknow.com. And we'll be back next week, no matter what, for the pregame and postgame show. So tune in, follow us, and we'll see you next week. Do that.